Hey guys, it's itzGator and we're back on Hearthstone for some more Hearthstone live action. Picking up off of the whole introduction thing that I uploaded like a couple weeks ago. I think the best way to go about still trying to explain the game is to go through all the heroes or champions, whatever the fuck they're called. Who cares? The classes, little classes. So there's 9 different classes, like I said some other time. I think I said it in the intro. I don't remember, but if I didn't, there's 9 different classes. Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, and Warrior. They all have their little unique thing about them that makes them their class. I don't know. I think I should just go through each one, maybe give each one its own little separate video, kind of explain it a little bit, and then just get 1 or 2 matches and just take it from there. So I think we'll just start with the first one, which is Druid. Druid. Nah. I'm gonna change this a bit because I want to use the combo variant since I think more people use that. So we're gonna take out these, this, and this. We'll put in. Only have 1 golden savage sword. And that. And we'll just put in like a second zombie chow. But let's put in mind control tech. Tech. Where's the tech? Do something like this. Okay. So that never happened. Anyways, I just loaded up this Druid deck, nothing happened. So Druid's little unique thing in the game is that it can abuse mana better than every other class pretty much. With cards like Innervate, gain 2 mana crystals this turn only. Wild Growth, gain an empty mana crystal. Druid can play a lot higher mana cost cards on turns they shouldn't be playing them on. For example, I Wild Growth on turn 2. If I have something like a Piloted Shredder in my hand, I can play this next turn on turn 3 because instead of having 3 mana on turn 3, this gives me an empty mana crystal. So on turn 3, I'll have 4 mana. So as you can kind of see, if I do that, my opponent probably won't have something that combats this really well. Unless they have like Coin, or they're also playing Druid and play a 4-drop. I mean, there's also 3-drops and other cards that deal with this. But the point is, you can put out a lot of pressure that should be happening late game towards like the mid game. And same, play a lot of these mid game cards pretty early if you have stuff like Innervate and Wild Growth. So double Wild Growth, double Innervate. You hope to have them in your opening hand so that you can just put a whole bunch of pressure early. And with this little combo here that I just put in, the Force of Nature and Savage Roar, on turn 9, well, when we have 9 mana, whenever that is, we can do 14 points of damage if they don't have any taunts or stuff like that. So that's why we run the Black Knight and double Silence here. Try and keep the board nice and stable in our favor early game. Mid game we have very good creatures here. The Druid of the Claw, which I'm probably going to take out. You never saw that in there. Put these instead, you kind of want more draw. So we have really good stable mid game creatures, and late game we have some decent creatures too. We don't have too many like really fat late game creatures, so that's why we try to Wild Growth and play our fat creatures before they start playing really disgusting ugly creatures. Whatever, you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. But we're just gonna find a game. But yeah, that's what Druid does. They abuse mana better than any of the other classes because of cards like Innervate and Wild Growth. Also Ancient of Lore, that's probably their best card. If you're ever going to play Druid, you definitely need that. It just lets you draw 2 cards, I mean. And you're probably not going to play on turn 7 if you have Innervate or Wild Growth. So I mean, you get a 5/5 body out in the mid game and you draw 2 cards, it's pretty damn good. So here, Mage is an iffy matchup because if they open Mech Warper and spam the field, we're going to be in trouble. I'm going to keep a swipe. Just get rid of the Savage Roar. You don't really want it in the opening hand. You kind of want it towards the late game. This is okay. Having Wild Growth and Innervate in my opening hand can lead to some good plays. He goes Cogmaster turn 1, so he is playing Mech Mage. Double Wild Growth is pretty god awful. Kind of sad to see this. But I'm going to Innervate. As you see down here, now I have 3 out of 1 because I gained 2 mana crystals this turn. Wild Growth gives you an empty mana crystal, so you can't use it on the same turn you play it really. And I'm going to use Coin. Gain 1 mana crystal for the turn, so you got 4. So now I can play this on turn 1. Like I'm playing a 4-drop in turn 1. That's kind of stupid, but that's what Druid can do if you have Innervate and Coin. So here he's probably going to play Mech Warper, Annoyatron, Snowchugger. Those are usual Mech 2-drops. All of them Keeper of the Grove plus Hero Power beat, which is good, because we do not want the Mage to overwhelm us. He decides to Frostbolt that. Okay. So here we're just going to Wild Growth, nothing else to do. And you see down here, we got an empty mana crystal, so next turn we will have 4 mana instead of 3. And this is a permanent effect, unlike these, which is just for the turn. So he does have Mech Warper and a Snowchugger, but he Frostbolts this and does... Okay, I don't understand why he would do that. We're probably going to have to swipe here. Swipe clears the board. Don't see why not. Looks good to me. The less cards the Mech Mage has, the better, because once they run out of steam, they literally just fall off completely. Like if their early game is not insane, they will just fall off. Okay, so this is going to copy my Azure Drake when I play it, but it's okay, because it'll trade with his, and I get the draw and he doesn't. I'm fine with this. Unless he has another Frostbolt, then he can kill it for free. But he just used a Frostbolt, so I don't think he has another. Which is why I'm playing this. It doesn't happen. It looks like he just... I don't know why. Yeah, I was going to trade with that anyway, but okay. Just going to kill this. Don't want the spell power. Fireballs, Frostbolts. Mage has decent amount of spells. Just play with our full mana here with Belcher, Zombie Chow. Once I have 10 mana and I play Wild Growth, I can't actually gain another empty mana crystal, so in return it's going to give me a card that just lets me draw a card. So once I have 10 mana, this basically becomes draw a card for 2 mana, which is fine. It's not bad. He has no means of killing off the Belcher here. This card might have some value if he has Dr. Boom, which I just drew, and it actually plays perfect with my mana, so I'm definitely going to play it. The question is, which do we want to kill here? Probably just kill a Shredder. Or we actually could kill this Spider Tank and make him ping. And this would be at 2 health. I think that's better. I like this trade better, because he could actually get a card off of this that will just clear my whole board, and I don't want him doing that. It clears the whole board at the start of his turn, and that's kind of risky. So this is fine. And the Belcher still kills this, unless he pings it, of course. And he does have Dr. Boom, which is where Big Game Hunter comes into play. I have a lot of situational cards. I have Big Game Hunter, Mind Control Tech, Cousin Mystic. They're all good against Mech Mage. Well, this one only if he has Dr. Boom, which he does, which is good. But we also have a second swipe. So we're probably going to play both. We're going to kill this first, just to see what it spawns. Mad Bomber. I don't give a shit. Then we're going to go face with everything. Here, just tack, tack, tack. Swipe this, it'll kill off the bombs. The bombs hit, they're random, so kill the taunt, that's okay, and then Big Game Hunter to just instantly clear that, just free advantage. I mean, Dr. Boom itself gives a lot of advantage, but this just helps mitigate it a little bit. So this game's pretty much over. Like, the Mech Mage has run out of steam completely, has like no cards. Hit the face for 3, that's okay. Hopefully this bomb kills it. Oh well, let's play the Belcher. Go for the hero power. I don't want to play the Wild Growth since it gets no value at this point. Since like I'll gain an empty mana crystal and I'll have 10 mana, and then what? Like I can't get 11 mana. Or 11 mana crystals. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward game there. I got Innervate in my opening hand, and I played Keeper turn 1, and I just controlled the board completely from there. Like there's no chance of him coming back when I had double swipe. There's a whole bunch of good cards that help against aggro, and the big game hunter for the only card in that deck that has 7 or more attack, which is Dr. Boom. So we just had good answers there for his aggro rush. If I didn't have those answers, he did have the Mech Warper, and things would have got really nasty pretty fast. Alright, we're going against Rogue. Wow, Wild Growth and Innervate again. With the Azure Drake too, I'm just going to keep this hand straight up. This is a decent hand. So what Rogue, well I don't really want to explain too much, but just know that Rogue has a lot of cheap spells that help control the board, and then they can also follow up with some insane burst. So they try to control the board and then weapon buff, burst you. This hand, holy shit. But usually early game, they don't do too much. They don't have a lot of pressure unless they're playing like some weird variant of Rogue. Because they really need their hero power. Like Rogue's the one class that really needs the hero power. I don't want to use my Innervate here, because next turn I can actually Innervate straight into Ancient of Lore. Like, I'm playing Ancient of Lore on turn 4, because I played Wild Growth on turn 2. Turn 3, I'm hero powering. And next turn, it's turn 4, I'm playing a 7 mana card. Like, how could I not abuse my mana more? And this Rogue is putting no pressure on me. But Rogue does have a lot of cheap spells, so she can probably deal with the Ancient of Lore, but I still get the draws, which is insane. And since I'm running the combo variant, Lothup's pretty good against Rogue too. But since I'm running the combo variant, just keep drawing my cards, hopefully get the combo, finish her off. Lothup's really good against Rogue since they have a lot of cheap spells. If I can play this and they cost too much, she's only limited to a couple spells. So there's Deadly Poison and the SI, yep. There's it. Pretty straightforward. We have double swipe. I'm just gonna play the dragon here. It's a draw. Alright. So the most common out to this is probably something with Eviscerate. It just does 4 damage straight up with a combo. You'll see a lot of Rogue cards have this combo thing on there. It's a bonus. You can read it. A bonus if already played a card this turn. So like last turn, Deadly Poison, then straight into the combo card. Like if she played this first, it wouldn't have an effect. Pretty straightforward there. And we're gonna use the second Wild Growth to draw. Like usually, you want to see the first Wild Growth, but you usually don't really ever want to see the second one. But it's okay. So here we're gonna swipe, and then just hero power to finish this off. Since the spell power here, spell damage +1, we can hero power it because this will be at 1 health. I think that's fine. Or you can just play the second Ancient of Lore, that's also good. I like the spell damage swipe here. We don't really need more cards. And look, like, she's almost in combo range. If I get one more attack off with this, or if she like attacks it with her weapon somehow, she's in combo range. And if I have, if I draw like Force of Nature, Savage Roar, my next 2 cards, she's just pretty much dead unless she heals or plays a taunt. As you see, I was just able to play ridiculous cards early. Like I played the Ancient of Lore super early. I have a nice hand here. That's probably an Eviscerate. Sap. Okay. I'm just gonna replay the Azure Drake. I get to draw, and I get to Wrath for 4 damage then, and that'll just straight up kill her Azure Drake. And there's 1 Savage Roar already. We get to kill that. We're in a really good position. If we get the Force of Nature, we only run 1 copy instead of 2, so pretty unlikely we'll draw it. But you always have to be wary of Rogue because they can always just burst you out of nowhere. But usually if you put a lot of pressure on Rogue early and they don't have the ways of dealing with it, you're going to be in some good shape. Backstab, Fan of Knives maybe? Okay. Just attacks. She wants to get the damage in because she probably has another weapon buff with the Blade Flurry, which destroys her weapon, so she wants to just get a fresh weapon. But if that's the case, I'm going to play the Lotheb here. No. Okay. How many cards do I have in my hand? 3, 6, 9. So that'll be 8. I'll actually go up to 10 and then I'll overdraw. You can only have a max of 10 cards in your hand. I don't actually need another card. I don't have to draw cards. I think Lotheb's the play. We'll limit her now so that she can't do too much this turn. And on turn 10 I can put like double Sludge Belcher or Azure Drake and something else. And playing Lotheb now probably means that anytime I draw Force of Nature I just win the game. Because this is probably going to get 5 damage in. Dr. Boom. That's going to be a swipe. Innervate. We have lethal here. Savage Roar will be 7 plus 2 is 9. 13, 14, no. Okay. So I think what we want to do here is Azure Drake, swipe face for 5 damage. That way, hopefully the bombs don't kill off the Lotheb, and then I can just trade here. Because leaving this on the field is not good. Or maybe we can just Azure Drake and straight up get Big Game Hunter from the top. No, it's fine. Or I can just attack first. Yeah. So do this attack here. I think swipe. Face. But I kind of want Lotheb to absorb 1 bomb hit. I feel like the Drake will die. Oh well. Just playing it safe. Like she's still in range of dying. Yeah, the Drake did actually die, but like the Lotheb maybe would have took a bomb hit and then this wouldn't have died, but at the same time the bombs could have both hit the Lotheb and the Lotheb would have died and I couldn't kill the Dr. Boom. So just playing it safe. Like she's already in range of combo, I just don't have it, but I'm almost through my whole deck. She just backstabbed her own Auctioneer for a draw. What are you trying to draw? There's a Eviscerate on my face. Okay. Maybe she has preparation. As you see, like somehow I'm at 15 health. That's a dead card. I think I need to play a taunt this turn. It's getting a little, I'm getting a little low. So we're gonna kill this and then play the taunt. At the same time I could try to draw so that I have Force of Nature next turn. Okay, let's try to draw 1 card. Go 1 card deeper. And I can just show the Wild Growth thing. So see, since I have 10 mana already, it just lets me draw. Savage Roar. Okay, kind of dead. Oh well. We're gonna kill this. We're gonna innervate out one of the Sludge Belchers just to play it safe. Innervate gives me 2 extra mana. So I had 12 mana that turn, I only used 11 of it, but I'd rather play a Sludge Belcher over Sylvanas. She already played 1 sap, but she's already burned through like her whole deck. As you see, she's actually drawn more than me, even though I've played like 2 Azure Drakes and Ancient of Lore. That looks like a heal. Ah, Blade Flurry. Yeah. But that's all she has. If we have Force of Nature off the top, it's still lethal. No. And we're at 9 HP all of a sudden. I don't think double Savage Roar is gonna do. That'll be 5, 9, 10. Yeah, it's not. We might die next turn. There's a possibility we've lost. I might have to use this to heal. What I think I want to do here is play this and the Keeper. Here, and just kill it off with the taunt. I just need this taunt here because I don't want her using her weapon to attack my face and then a second Blade Flurry to finish me off. If she has Sap, which returns it to my hand, she's still able to do it though. Being at 9 HP is way too low, I think, against Rogue. This probably is a loss. I did have the really aggressive plays early. I know she plays low depth, which is another way to stop the combo since they're all spells. That's kind of a dead card. Okay. Like he's gonna Savage Roar cost 8 mana. Like Jesus. Savage Roar put us at 5, 9, 11, plus the hero power would be 12. Not enough. I think the play here is use Ancient of Lore to heal, just in case, to be safe, and then swing both of these into the Violet Teacher. Like, I don't need to draw, I don't think. I think I need to make sure I don't lose. Like, I have double Savage Roar. It's only a matter of time before I draw Force of Nature. I'm going to use this to heal. Swing both of those and just get the extra armor. Like, you never know. Like, she has a second Blade Flurry anyway, so playing this probably, well, it will just end up dying to a Blade Flurry anyway. Prep, sprint. She's drawing like her whole deck. Like, Rogue has a lot of draws. You can clearly see she's outdrawn me by quite a lot this game. So here she's gonna probably weapon up, play a weapon buff, and go for a Blade Flurry. She has to make sure she takes no face damage, so she probably can't attack with the weapon unless she has a heal or something. Because if I have Force of Nature, I just win. Okay, and there's the Sap. Uh-oh. Is this lethal? Prep Tinkers? Is that lethal? That's not lethal. That's 14. She has no more preparations. She has to trade or she loses too. I think she did the math and thought that was lethal. That was really close. She might have another preparation. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure she played the other one already. No, she didn't have lethal. That's gonna be game. As you see, that was super close. Like, Rogue has insane burst damage. But we can just Savage Roar up. And, yeah. We can just Savage Roar up. And that's enough damage. Just give these things double Savage Roar, +4 attack on each, and my hero too gets +4 attack, and it's just a lot of damage. Yeah, that was pretty intense. Like, I thought I was actually dead that turn, but I guess she didn't do the math right, and she was one off. So that was super close. If I didn't armor up that last turn, and instead I played the mind control tech and I did not armor up, I would have lost. So good thing I armored up. But yeah, as you can see, Druid abuses mana more than any other class. They can play things with higher mana faster and hopefully overwhelm the opponent. And then if they have combo, if you're playing combo Druid like the one I am, you just overwhelm them, you get them to 14 somehow through some means, and then you just finish them off, something like that. So yeah, that's Druid. If you can leave a like or comment on the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Next time will be Hunter. So yeah, itzGator, and I'll see you guys next time.